So looking the other way in Team Run Pennsylvania, okay? So there's some theoretics about this. Okay, so I've analyzed this, okay? See, my thoughts is that they have like these people, there's like children that are like huge liabilities to like VIPs and shit that essentially came to Tri Cities and they blackmailed with. And so my thought was like to find like old scruffy generals that are at the Pentagon and then like 80-year-old like Congressional Medal of Honor winners and shit. And then to just be having a Black Hawk helicopter just be picking them up and flying them over here. And then to just be having them blatantly shoot those fucking people in front of the fucking White House. Right? And then I wonder, in front of the whole government, do it in front of every single fucking Tea Party. Like, Congress people and Supreme Court and everybody. To show people what happens when you do an MK Ultra child. Basically, this is like where essentially a Congressional Medal of Honor winner that's like 80 years old probably would have eventually gone into masonry at some point. Okay, they usually do. And then those people usually know about that weird MK Ultra shit and what they do to the little kids around the little prairie trees and shit. See? The whole idea is that America's greatest. And that, you know how like old people can steal and nobody will throw them in jail and shit? That's optimized in looking the other way. I don't know, Donald Trump's administration was doing a lot of looking the other way stuff. And so, this is where I've analyzed that building somewhat of like a structure to what that type of idea should ever be. And then, the people that I know that would love to shoot those fucking people the most, pretty much old Congressional Medal of Honor winners. Or even the younger ones. But they got like old man passes. So it like optimizes them for this. And then most of them probably sit around with the most uneventful, boring retirement life ever created. And that a lot of those people end up getting those military speakers. And they don't like people fucking with them in those. And so that adds in a secondary, like, catharsism for those people specifically. And then, if you just have, like, a Pentagon National Security Council, like, person being like, no, cop, you can't arrest that. And then, if they don't want to necessarily be the person that does it for whatever reasons, they can just get some old grandpa that's 80 years old with a Congressional or Bronze Star or something like that. And then, those people, they would love the Pentagon just to slam down a helicopter and just to pull them into it, and to take them to be killing some psycho that's sitting there torturing some little enchantment child to death in a pair of speakers. They would love it. It's everything great and beautiful everything great and beautiful about the Masonic Society of the Pentagon, kind of. And then you just be shoving in everybody's civilian pedobang face. What happens when you do perfect pedobang stuff? To be training people in the dumb way. Okay? And so, these are, it's like where I really wonder what the Pentagon, or what the Supreme Court would think, because, you know, I'm a, I wonder what the Pentagon would think, or what the Supreme Court would think, because they know that there's like a Freeman Republic aspect to America, and they, and what if the militia is built out of the people that could build the looking the other way? And so the reality is that the militia doesn't necessarily have to exclude people in the government. It's just civilian population that builds a militia. And then, you know, here's like the theoretical ideas of what essentially is the Central Intelligence Agency. And that essentially that is the Freeman laws. See, you know how like in the past everybody was like, you know, if there was like an embedded CIA agent undercover, then they would like be like drinking and smoking cigarettes, and then the Mason Lodge would know about it and stuff. Inside of America, a lot of times the embedded undercover CIA agents would be operating under Freeman laws like this. So my thought is for the Supreme Court to be exploring what the Freeman stuff is, to be reestablishing order in our Masonic George Washington Masonic Republic democracy. A lot of the problems that come from everything is that the CIA, in lots of ways, inside of America, used to operate under Freeman laws, like this militia stuff, where essentially a society person would be able to build CIA agents in the area into a militia, and then they'd be able to justify assassinating people in the area based on the rules of the Second Amendment. And that is like, it used to kind of stem out of a Masonic lodge, and that was like what basically justified their ability in a legal kind of executive order way. And it was built out of these ideas. There's such a, the one thing, I went and researched the royalty in Britain is Lady Freeman, and that the whole idea is that they know how to squash this stuff using America's laws, but they use a very republic only kind of methodology, and that it operates out of this militia idea where in the past the CIA used to be able to people that are doing this theoretical kind of stuff around here. The CIA used to be able to assassinate people in a legal, because they do. Well, as everybody just turned everything into democracy, and everybody gets into a dark web, they lose freedom based on blackmail, extortion. Okay? They lose freedom based on blackmail and extortion. So, the reality is that used to not be a problem as prevalent as it is today. And that they used to, like, be able to, like, this shit about Russians being able to control a city in America. In the past, there would be Freemans in that city that would be able to build a militia with the CIA, and then they'd be able to assassinate those people under like and then it would have like an approval or something from the president or something like that. Okay, so that's like that's the stuff that, like, I mean, I attempt to lay out the very simplistic reasonings and understandings of that stuff, but it might be advantageous of our Supreme Court to work through the Republic Freeman aspects of the usage of the Pentagon and the CIA and weird caveat ideas that might be constitutional. See, those people can still be a part in their free time of a militia. And it's very much, they have a Second Amendment. They can be part of my militia. They can be. I can be a citizen that builds a well-regulated militia that has the top 5-star general as part of my militia. That is legal for that general to do. It really is. And so those ideas are like what they used to use to squash this like blackmailing control shit in cities. Where that dude? Who's gonna arrest that dude? You just send him here and have him shoot these people.